Yo, what's good, everyone? It's that dude, the one and only Mind of Murdoch, bringing it back, and we are here for Mind on Bears. We're going to be checking out the top three picks from my 50 top players that the Bears have actually got on the squad. I was so surprised that they were actually able to get three of the top 50. We were expecting for them to get a lot of other players. Right now, rookie minicamp was on the way, and now we're going on to training camp. So without further ado, let's get it with Mind on Bears, episode 10, baby. Oh, starting off, we have Shamar Turner. Shamar Turner, one of the players that I myself in my top 50 was looking forward to seeing get drafted in general to a team. His archetype was good, body size, his work, it could be worked on. He can have a little bit more strength in that upper body. But overall, it looks like we may have gotten the better of the Turners because, well, the Stewarts, I should say, or Turners. Wait, Stewarts, Shamars. There it is. Yeah. So yeah, we might have actually got the better of the Shamars, given Shamar Stewart was drafted before him. We're kind of seeing how he's doing in his rookie minicamp, even all the way up to the top with Mason Graham with the Browns. He's not necessarily having the best time right now, but Shamar Turner, he's looking like exactly what the Bears were looking for, just someone to fit in. So we're gonna have to see how it goes when it comes down to preseason itself. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and check out my last comments on Shamar Turner and see exactly, you know, my comments. They were interesting. So we have here on my top 50 video me talking about Shamar Turner. Shamar Turner. Shamar Turner has actually showed a lot of different, how should I say, different flashes that I've seen in some of his tape. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he has in. And it still reigns true. Just in general, towards his future with whatever team he goes to, because he's definitely going to be an asset. At 6'4", that type of frame, I mean, you can't go wrong with him. You can put him on the inside. You might even be able to have him on as edge if you possibly move him around a little bit. You're looking forward to seeing exactly what your players have in here, because these kids, sorry about that, definitely going to be different, man. This class is different. People saying there's not that much talent. I think there's too much talent in this class right here, especially when it comes down to needing undrafted free agents possibly, or just players in general. I agree. I agree totally with my previous comments about Shamar Turner. Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles, they definitely got themselves a sleeper hit right there. I believe that was a great pick. He was in the beginning of my picks, as you can tell. So I kind of made sure to put him up there as one of those defensive linemen that any team should go ahead and try to draft and grab as best as they can. At the end of the day, it worked out, right? Gotta love it, especially when it works out. We're gonna go ahead and move on to which might be the best pick of the draft for us personally, the left tackle slash right tackle from Boston College. Let's go ahead and do this. And here we are with Ozzy Trapello. Definitely an asset that I think, once again, I'm gonna say it again. Ryan Poles pick. This is a his guy pick. That whole Boston College connection. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see exactly how he turns out at left tackle. I know Ryan Poles is gonna want to keep him on for a long time, just like he did Braxton, and I believe he's gonna be the reason why we can go ahead and move on from Braxton Jones at left tackle, as long as he gets shored up. Or at the end of the day, he can go ahead and move along, probably in guard position. Or we have the other rookie from last year that was supposed to take over the left tackle position that didn't do well at all. We can actually have him move in and guard and then have Ozzy over there. But it's going to be pretty sure. Let's check out what I had to say. Ozzy Wyatt. Simple. Just like that. It's simple. Easy enough. Enough said. That's basically how I left it. I left it at Ozzy. I was running through a couple of the linemen here within the draft because we did have a top 50 picks. And knowing with those top 50 picks, I want to make sure that everyone knew that these are assets. So Ozzy himself being an asset within this team was very, very big. Josh Sims, as you can see previously, right before that, and that's who the Chiefs end up grabbing. So you can see that I was right up there. I was right up there. And if you would like, you could definitely check out this top 50 video right up the top. I'll make sure that it's over there somewhere. And with that third and final player from my top 50 list, Luther Burden. Let's go ahead and check out what I said beforehand and a little bit of what I've been saying recently. All right, let's see what we had here. That type of a league, but with certain talents, we are definitely on our way. We are definitely on our way. Luther Burden, much smaller talent, but some people do have him as their top wide receiver on the board. Me, it's not quite for me, but he's definitely a great talent. I mean, at his size, you would expect for him to be a little bit less of a first round aspect. I mean, not aspect, talent. And what I mean by that is you usually don't see those wide receivers 5'11" that are actually competing out there. Not on the scales of a Darnell Mooney, possibly, maybe. But at the end of the day, it's going to be interesting to see what he does with his size in this league, especially given uh, players are getting bigger and faster. So being small and fast doesn't actually help you much. It doesn't if the big players can keep up with you and they're still big. So that's either here or there. So before I move on to Mbuka, my biggest thing with Luther Burden when I was first looking at him and I was scouting him, I was seeing a lot of Mooney. I was seeing a lot of gadget guy within him. And also at the end of the day, for Bears, as we know as Bears fans and how we all felt, we have DJ Moore. We have still at the moment Tyler Scott. So we have other players at the moment that we could still do something with. So I wasn't leaning towards even really giving Luther Burden a chance at that point in time. I definitely, definitely wasn't. And then also, when it came down to him being drafted, I felt the type of way. I won't even lie. I won't even lie. I did feel the type of way because if it looked like from the perspective that the cameras give you, like he wasn't appreciative of his opportunity and he really didn't want to be here. And at the end of the day, no one really wants to move down, especially not out of the first round if they're expecting to be in the first round. And that perspective didn't necessarily hit me until I saw his actual draft documentary on his own YouTube itself. And it kind of hit me. And with moments like this, where you do see his father and family and everybody happy, but his face quite didn't tell me much from that. It was this face right here that I was like, I don't even know if he really wants to be here, man. We don't really get to see much. Then they cut it. They cut it. We didn't really get to see much because different stations had different things, so they were wanting to talk about different picks, talk about different stuff. So at that time, they just cut it from this moment. So that's the emotional attachment that a Bears fan has to him. But at the end of the day, we didn't get to see this extra part that really matters. And huge shout out to Luther and Kendall for the clip. That right there, Bears fans. That right there, Bears fans. That is what I'm talking about. That right there is exactly what I'm talking about. That we didn't get to really feel on draft night from him. And I myself apologized to him. Here's my comment when I came into here. I'll be one of the first to say, I'm sorry for misjudging your attitude draft night. I see you had serious passion and really wanted to go in the first round. But I will say this, I'm happy you're a Chicago Bear. Can't wait to see what you bring to the team. Hey, I'm a man that comes out and says, hey, you know what? Thank you for letting me know. And I appreciate it because that other angle does matter. Media tends to, make things look a certain way, whether it is or not. They don't mind because it's going to be, news for them at the end of the day. And that's not necessarily my thing. So Luther Burden, Ozzy, and of course, Shamar Turner, welcome to the Chicago Bears, man. And thank you for watching this video. This has been a great video. The Chicago Bears picked 3 of the players out of my top 50 video. I'll make sure that I have that video right here at the end of this video here. So I definitely appreciate you all being here for this. This has been a fantastic one right here. I just really wanted to make it, clear that I'm proud of my Bears. I'm happy for what they did. And I'm looking forward to, doing a lot more content on them. Me, myself, recently, while you haven't seen anything on my channel, if you happen to be here for this portion of it, it's been because of my equipment and internet outages and stuff. So I'm doing my best to get back out here. But until next time, bear down and thank you for coming to the Mind of episode 10. Until next time, y'all, let's go.